Welcome back to Springfield. We bring you a gold ball game for Class 8A here in girls 18U action. We've got the West Michigan Hornets, the number 1 seed, taking on the Tyler Heat out of Texas, the number 3 seed. These two teams taking each other on. Tyler Heat had to win 2 games to get to this ball game. They're coming off of a win 28-26 over the South Metro team there. Winning by 2, 28-26, low-scoring game there. Hard-fought win for them. West Michigan got a bye, and then they were able to defeat the FBCHA Eagles by 16. And so these teams will take each other on here today. I'm your host, Trellis Williams, alongside Joshua Jenkins. Amy Curtis will be joining us later on. But, Josh, look, we got a big game here. Gold ball game, Wednesday action here.
We've had nothing but great games here at Drury so far this morning, and I expect this to even up the ante a little bit. Western Michigan Hornets, they are a fun team to watch, very well-coached team. They have a great program, lots of great shooters, but keep your eye on Jaden Rodimer. She's the main point guard here for the Hornets, number 10. She really is the engine of this team. She drives this team, and they play really hard behind her leadership. So I expect that from her this game as they're playing for that gold ball.
And so on the Tyler Heat side, you got another team that can shoot really well. We got 2 very good shooting teams. Of course, the Heat coming off a game that was a very low-scoring affair. Tyler Heat in the black uniforms with the orange Tyler inscription on the front and the orange numbers, orange trim. West Michigan Hornets with the gray uniforms, black numbers, red letters on the front with Hornets. And a red and black up the sides. The West Michigan Hornets coming in as the number 1 seed here in Class 8A. As for an opportunity to make it into the Final Four of homeschool basketball girls here in Springfield. We're live here from Drury University as we are all day long and tomorrow and Friday. So you got to keep joining us right here. The jump ball will be between Savannah Fuller of the Tyler Heat and Shay Vanderway of the West Michigan Hornets. As we're set to get started here at Drury. Tip will be won and gotten by Rodimer and the Hornets with the basketball now, left side of the floor. Rodimer hounded outside by Lexi Fuller.
They like to get Aubrey Ayers off screens for threes, just like they did right there, although there was no shot open. So you're going to see probably the Tyler Heat try and defend against that. They know that she likes to shoot that shot.
Heat very aggressive on defense. They force a turnover. Ball in the hands of Savannah Fuller. Up the floor, the drive. Right hand off the window, no good. The putback, they're going to call a travel. As she shuffled those feet a little bit, that was Stubing. Izzy Stubing unable to kind of keep her footing about her as she travels there. Hornets basketball. Open in possession for the Hornets. The Heat were able to overwhelm them with their defense and force the turnover. Ball's with the Hornets, now up top. Now to the wing, the drive, Rodimer. Puts up the floater in the lane, back rim no good. It's fought for and rebounded there by Fuller.
Yeah, the defensive pressure is really good right now from Tyler, and that's what you got to have against this Hornets team. Disrupt their shots because they can make them if they're open, but make them uncomfortable.
Players to watch out for the Tyler Heat are the Fuller sisters, both all-region players out of the Big South. And that ball's fought for. This is going to be full hustle. A jump ball, and the ball will stay with the Heat as the Hornets won the tip. The Heat won their 2 games by a combined 12 points, so they've been in hard-fought ball games thus far. We're scoreless thus far here. 6:48 to go first quarter. They're going to get it into Lexi Fuller. Nice move to the right. Floater on the way. Air ball short. A rebound pulled in by the Hornets. That ball will be dislodged out of bounds. This Heat defense, very swarming. I saw them earlier this year. I actually coached against them in the Gulf Coast District, and, man, that defense is just highly effective with the way they put on ball pressure.
Be interesting to see how the Hornets adjust to that throughout the game. They're a well-coached team. They've got lots of options they can go to.
Good hustle from Lexi Fuller. She's given Rodimer a lot of problems here in the first few possessions. 6:28 to go first quarter. And the Heat know that that is the way that they could win this ball game, is if they put a lot of pressure on. They're a little bit smaller than the Hornets. Both teams, neither team very big, but highly skilled. As we're going to get off the screen here, that's Ayers. She'll take the three. She'll miss it. Rebound, offensive board, fought for, trying to get out of there. Oh, good hustle there by the Heat and the Hornets, as forcing that jump ball was Arrington for the Tyler Heat, and the ball will stay with the Hornets on the sideline.
Yeah, Ayers really likes that shot coming off screens for three. That time she kind of took a dribble and then stepped into the shot. I think she likes it best if she can just catch and shoot running off a screen.
Foster pump fake drive to the left. Spin. Ball just ripped away by Savannah Fuller. Now in the full court. 3-on-1. Drops it off underneath. Wide open for the finish. First bucket of the ball game goes to the Tyler Heat, and that's Emily Arrington with the bucket.
That was quite a standoff for the first couple of minutes there to see who would get the first points of the game, and defense rewards the offense.
Arrington will pick up her first personal foul, just a little handsy there with Ayers, and ball will be on the sideline for the Hornets. Just over 2 minutes into this ball game, we see a 2-0 lead for the Tyler Heat, as Foster will get it in to Rodimer. Outside. Outside to Ayers. Got a little screen. We're going to see a foul there. And again, it's on Arrington. She picks up her second foul. That could be problematic for the Heat. Heat do not have a deep bench. They only have 7 players over there. As Arrington picking up her second personal foul. Rodimer into Vanderway. Ayers up top now. Playing the same type of intensity was Arrington there. Fuller on the defense. Turnaround spin. No good. Putback is good for Shea Vanderway.
Yeah, and she really had to work for that bucket, too. There was nothing easy given to her. It's a lot of defensive pressure. She's got to be strong down there in the basket, and she showed it right there.
Up top now for Savannah Fuller. She's going to drive. Kick outside Arrington. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Feed to the corner. Unable to handle it, but got it back. Trying to drive baseline. Ball's going to be taken away by the Hornets. And it's Rodimer. Fouled by Arrington. She wanted the hook, and Arrington going to pick up her third.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting now to watch here how the Heat can respond and how they play with that 3 fouls on Arrington. She obviously is going to the bench right now.
And coming in is Truth Tinbrink. She's in the ball game for the first time. And from what I remember from seeing them in the Gulf Coast District, Emily Arrington was their player that was doing a lot of damage out there. And she's out with 3 fouls 3 minutes into the game. Feed inside Vanderway. There will be a foul on the entry. And this could be the Heat's downfall. And that is just fouling. Picking up the 4th team foul, Savannah Fuller is the one to pick that one up. That's her first. We see some substitutions. Foster Vanderway coming out. Maybear and Quist coming in. We're going to see a timeout called. It'll be called by the Tyler Heat. 30-second timeout here to begin. First timeout charged to the ball game. Now, Josh, what you're seeing here, we got a 2-2 game, so we're tied up. But I think that the West Michigan Hornets are looking a little better here, especially with the Tyler Heat in this kind of foul trouble.
Yeah, it could turn into a war of attrition here. It's kind of what it's been so far, only 2 buckets. And the Heat in the foul trouble, but they're playing great defense, but obviously you can't sustain doing that if you're fouling. So the Hornets are kind of waiting them out, so to speak, almost like a siege around a castle. They can probably last longer if you get them in trouble, like they've gotten them. So eventually the shots are going to fall too for the Hornets. So Tyler's going to have to find a way to play smart and yet not let up their defensive intensity. Maybe create some turnovers to score some easy buckets to generate offense as well.
Rodimer looking to get it in on the baseline, does to Ayers. She'll drive to the left and step back. Again, a drive. Spin outside Rodimer. Hornets with it, tied up at 2. Just under 4.5 minutes to go. Quist shot blocked by Carly Rowe. And now the Heat on the move is Savannah Fuller up top, moving to the left and bringing it out into control. Just over 4 minutes to go, opening period. Here's Fuller. Looking to try to find something here. Drive. Trying to get it to her sister, does. Outside Lexi. Deep three on the way. Just short. Rodimer the rebound. Hornets pushing it. Rodimer feeding the corner Ayers. Getting the screen from Mayberry. The drive. Pull up Jay. High post. Got it to go. Nice shot there from Aubrey Ayers getting on the board. And a 4-2 advantage for the Hornets.
Yeah, she's got a great shot. I think she was the leading scorer in the Hornets' last game. So if she can get her stroke going, that could get Western Michigan pulling away in this game.
Tinbrink trapped. Ball tipped off of Ayers, and we'll stay with Tyler. Three and a half minutes to go here in the first quarter. We are in a low-scoring ball game here. 4-2 is the score. It's been a defensive-dominated game. Fuller to the left, driving, trying to drop it off. It's popped away out of bounds. She's trying to get it inside to Stubing and is broken up inside by Kylie Quist. And we're going to see Carly Rowe throw it in on the baseline here for the Heat.
Yeah, in the last game you mentioned that Tyler won 28-26. You know, they like that kind of low-scoring game. So if right now the game is being played the way they want it.
Lexi Fuller knocking down the tray from the corner, giving the Heat the lead, 5-4. Ayers now on the move, working against the defense, and that will be an offensive foul. Great job by Savannah Fuller. She set up that charge and took it.
And right now it looks like Tyler is really kind of getting under the skin of some of the Hornets players. They're not getting to play the game as smoothly and as freely and as quickly as they're used to. So how will they respond? Right now Tyler's kind of dictating the pace of the game.
5-4 is the score. Savannah Fuller, who just drew that charge, has the ball on the far left wing. 2:45 to go, opening period. Drive to the right. Kick outside, another three for Fuller, and it goes in. It nearly popped out, but it popped right back in. Lexi Fuller with 6 points and an 8-4 lead for the Tyler Heat. Quist the drive, Savannah Fuller, what a play. They do call that a travel as she fell to the floor, but I will say this, how about the defensive intensity from this Tyler Heat team?
How about that? Yeah, and if they're going to play with that kind of intensity and also knock down threes, that could be a recipe for them to beat the Western Michigan team here.
A kick outside to Ayers, the swing to Rodimer. Feed into the post, and the pass, errant, out of bounds, back to the Heat. This Tyler Heat team's a team that I do believe made the Final Four last year and lost to the HEA Firebirds. This time they're trying to make it back to the Final Four again, taking on the number 1 seed, the West Michigan Hornets. Right now they have the 8-4 advantage, just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The drive, Lexi Fuller to the basket, floater, nearly got it to go. She's fouled.
That was just a strong move in the paint to draw the foul and a hard hit on the floor. They're just a very tough team, the Tyler Heat.
Fuller will knock down the first free throw. She's got 7 of the Tyler Heat's 9 points. The second one rolls in as well. She's got 8. 10-4 lead for the Tyler Heat. And the Heat were able to flip this game on its head. We started off, they were down 4-2, and Arrington went out with 3 fouls. You thought maybe this is where it turns to West Michigan, but the Tyler Heat rattle off 8 points right there as Rodimer with the answer to cut it to 3.
Nice shot. Yeah, she needs to get going for this team here to kind of punch back at Tyler.
1:40 to go first quarter. Lexi Fuller on the outside, feeding it outside to her sister Savannah. Across Tinbrink. The swing to Rowe. Trying to feed it over, nearly went out of bounds, but Savannah able to come back and get it. She spins to her left. She drives in, puts up the floater. Doesn't go. Put back is there and in for Tinbrink. She came off the bench to come in for Emily Arrington when she got in foul trouble, and how about that for a putback bucket?
Well, yeah, and if she's going to be doing the dirty work there, offensive rebounding, gets rewarded with the putback, you're going to be just fine when you got Arrington in foul trouble.
Drive to the basket there by Kylie Quist. She's fouled. And it'll be a foul against the Heat here. And it will be against Tinbrink, which will be her first personal foul. the 15th foul against the Heat here in the first quarter, and Quist will have 2 shots. And the first one does not go. We got a 5-point ball game, just over a minute to go in the first quarter. Lead for Tyler. Going to see a substitution back into the ball game is Caitlin Foster. Quist will make the second.
Quist is another important player on this Lady Hornets team. She's one of the supplemental scorers that when they're going well, she's going well.
Lexi Fuller putting her in jail, but she lost the ball. Back out Savannah, right wing, driving hard to the basket. Putting it up, no good. Good defense there underneath by Vanderway. And the Hornets back with it again. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rodimer the move to the corner, pump fake. Foster, drive to the right. Outside, Quist, she drives hard to the basket. Shot blocked out of bounds. And we'll stay with West Michigan.
Yeah, Tyler's bringing a level of physicality to this game that the Hornets have got to adjust to. They've got to learn, hey, this is how the game's being played and how the refs are calling it.
Ayers had an opening. She decides against it. She's going to drive against Savannah Fuller. Step back, feet inside, pass too high. Rodimer unable to get it. Ball back with the Heat. And just like you said before the game, Jaden Rodimer, you're talking about her leadership quality. You can see it right now. And she's keeping this team upbeat. Even though the game's not necessarily going the way they want it to, you can tell that she's a phenomenal leader for this team.
That's right. Yeah, they may be a little frustrated, but they're not panicking. They're not doing anything silly in frustration. They're still staying calm and playing their game.
Nice find from Savannah Fuller. Inside to Stubing. And the time expires. 14-8. Tyler Heat. What a first quarter for them. And Amy Curtis going to join us here as color for us. And from what you've seen so far, Tyler Heat up by 6 right now.
Yes, I came in the middle of that quarter. As you know, at Nationals, we're rushing from gym to gym for game to game. So my 14U game ran a little long earlier. But, yeah, this is a good one so far. Looks like the Heat are definitely up for challenging what is the perceived favorite here this week.
Absolutely. Emily Arrington for the Tyler Heat went out of the game first 3 minutes with 3 fouls in foul trouble. You thought at that point in time maybe the Tyler Heat would start slipping a little bit, but then they went on a run. Lexi Fuller with 8 first quarter points, and then just as a team, just really defending really well right now, and they lead 14-8.
Yeah, they've got a lot of energy. You can tell they're really up for this. That last possession, they were pretty excited about that nice interior pass and finish. So looks like this is going to be a good one. We had a really good one to start the day yesterday. So.
And Lexi Fuller has been great for the Heat, but her sister Savannah has just been that force inside defensively, and then she made that drop-off pass for that bucket. So great start for the Heat. They lead by 6 right now.
Be interesting to see if West Michigan makes any adjustments. They're used to having a big lead a lot this season.
Here's Fuller attacking the left wing on the toss now to Rowe, and Rowe's going to be fouled. That was Ayers. And if I'm not mistaken, I know that that's at least her second. I think she was the one that had the charge earlier. Do you remember that, Josh?
That is her second. Yep.
That's her second. Okay. So that's the second on Aubrey Ayers.
She's really the engine that makes their offense go. So they'll want to make sure she manages that situation and stays in the game.
Kick out, corner 3 on the way for the Heat. No good. Ball's fought for, and Tim Brink with the offensive rebound. Here's the drive, cross-court pass, Lexi Fuller. Catch and shoot 3. Bombs away, baby. How about Fuller? She's got 11, and that three-pointer is smooth, and a 9-point lead for the Tyler Heat.
Well, the Hornets are going to have to remember where she is on the floor now. She's proven she can knock down that shot, and she's really hurt them with the 3-ball.
Tyler Heat really known for their shooting. I may have mentioned that earlier. They're in the same region that I'm in, the Big South, and you always know when you face them to expect lots of good three-point shooting.
And Savannah Fuller up the left side of the floor, nearly a minute into the second quarter, a 9-point lead for the Heat. And picking up her dribble, she's looking, feeding back door.
Good rotations there by West Michigan.
Tim Brink on the outside. Moving to the left, ball was popped loose, and Lexi Fuller going to pick it up. Fuller looking to attack to her left, driving in, stumbled, fell, and now West Michigan back the other way. Pushing it is Ayers.
Up there.
Corner three, Maybear, good.
She's another one that can knock down the three when she's left open. As so many on that Hornets team can shoot the three ball as well.
We did their game yesterday. I don't remember her hitting one. She does a little bit of everything, but it seems like everybody on their team can knock one down if it's needed.
6-point game. Big three there. Lexi Fuller again. That one doesn't go down. Tim Brink able to hustle it down, and we're going to get a foul. And this time I do believe it'll be on Foster, and it is. That'll be her first.
I believe I heard y'all mentioning the physicality. This is a very physical game, and there the Heat are kind of initiating contact a little bit, but they're the team that's more used to it. So Michigan getting the foul call there kind of on the second bump.
And Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this West Michigan team was in the national championship game last year against HEA.
Yes, and they were either in the Final Four or the championship the year before, had a great matchup, which I called against HEA. This is a solid basketball team.
And they want to get over the hump this year, but they got to get through this Tyler Heat team, and they are threatening them pretty good right now with a 6-point lead. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Going to feed it outside, Lexi Fuller.
A lot of great motion here. They move the ball, some patience. Very similar to the game we saw yesterday against the Blazers, and it escapes me who that first game was, but they moved the ball really, really well.
A drive from Fuller. Trying to hit backdoor to her sister, but the ball's broken up and stolen, and a foul from behind.
Good.
As Savannah Fuller going to pick up the foul.
Good stop there. The cut was there, but they closed out with those high hands, and she couldn't get the ball over.
And if you think about from the Heat's perspective, you have Emily Arrington who's out of the ball game. She has sat 8 minutes of game time on the bench, and the Heat do have the lead, so that's something that they'll be able to go to later on. So you want to keep the lead right now until that point in time. Ball in the hands of the Hornets.
Oh, good action there to try to get Rodimer a three.
Rodimer, outside Foster, pump fake, feet inside. Nice find by Mabert for the finish.
Good patience there. I think they ran that initial set for Rodimer to pop up. She wasn't open. They get the ball side to side, and good things happen.
4-point game. They're starting to cut this deficit and more than halfway there as Savannah Fuller going to drive right side. Going off the glass, no good. A rebound pulled in by West Michigan, and we're going to get a foul way away from the basket. And the foul for the Tyler Heat will be against Stubing, and that'll be her first.
I love watching Rodimer play, how she directs traffic. She is a point guard. She's always communicating with her team. She hustles on defense, and she just really plays with pace and under control. Yesterday, they played much faster than today, but today they're slowing it down, so she's dictating exactly what they need here.
Vanderway swing to Rodimer, open right wing three, knocks it down.
And she can also step out and shoot the three ball.
Yep, I said that yesterday. You feel like anytime it comes out of her hand, it's going in. You're almost surprised if she misses.
Jaden Rodimer with 2 trays so far in this ball game. She's got 6 points. It's a 1-point game now. Lexi Fuller, who's got 11 points of her own, has not scored in the last few possessions here. Up to her sister Savannah. Backdoor find a Tim Brink.
Good defense there.
Taken away by Vanderway.
Yeah, good defense. Way to just wall up and not foul.
Rodimer to Ayers. Stop. Pops the three. Pops away, baby. It's a 2-point lead for West Michigan.
And there it is. That's what they do to you. This reminds me a little bit of the Tennessee Heat boys game last night. They were kind of down the whole first half, and really the whole game, and then they just kind of had a point where they just kicked in, and you saw it was that they were going to take over. But I don't think the Tyler Heat are going to go away easy here.
10-0 run for the West Michigan Hornets. Fuller driving to the left. The drives have been tough for the Tyler Heat. They found some good shots from Fuller, but other than that, it's been a little bit tough, especially here in the second quarter. Feed to the corner. Savannah Fuller. Drive, dislodge, driving back to the left. 2-point game lead for West Michigan. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Back to the basket, back to her left. Kick outside, Lexi.
Feels like West Michigan has made some good adjustments here. Early in the game, those backdoor cuts were there and the kickouts were there. So it's like they've felt out what the Heat are looking for, and now it looks like it's there, but the defense rotates and takes it away. And then, of course, just a little bit of pressure there, forcing the travel. Coach Rodimer was pretty excited about that over there. I don't know if y'all saw it.
2-point game. Working from the left wing is Ayers up top to Quist.
Oh, nice
backdoor,
cut.
And a fine for the bucket is Ayers. And the Hornets are operating with fluidity. They lead by 4.
And Quist, she's so long there out on the top of the defense.
Oh, nice move from Lexi Fuller to break the 12-0 run and cut the lead to 2. Tyler Heat called time immediately. And, spirits are down a little bit for the Heat, but it's still only a 2-point game. They did take an 8-point lead, which gave them a cushion to work with. They knew that West Michigan would make a run, and here comes the run here. 2-point game.
It really feels like there's a point there in that second quarter where the Hornets figured out how to respond to the physicality that Tyler Heat started the game with. Tyler Heat, it felt like they kind of forced their own physicality on the game, made the first punch, so to speak, and now the Hornets figured out, okay, that's how we need to play. We can play that way. And as Amy said, they've also made some X and O adjustments or responses, and now we've got a good one.
Yeah, I think, the Hornets have been in this situation before. You didn't see any, discouraged looks or, heads. They're not hanging their heads. They're confident because they've been here before. I think, did they get down by, was it 9?
Yeah, they were down by 9, 17-8.
Yeah, so, but you couldn't tell that by looking at the game. And, as a coach, that's what you're looking for. We just play every possession. And you don't want to try to do too much. Just keep doing what you do when you're a good team. And eventually some of the buckets maybe that didn't fall earlier will fall. You make the right defensive rotations. So now we'll see what kind of adjustments the Heat make now that the Hornets have taken the lead here.
I'm curious to see at what point they bring Arrington back in the game.
Coaches differ on that. Some people have a hard and fast. I'm not bringing you back, but she has been
if
out.
They do this half.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it just seems to me like he might wait its way out. She's got 3, and she plays really aggressively on defense. And a nice jump ball there forced by Lexi Fuller. And the ball will stay with the Hornets on the sideline.
You feel like maybe if they started to stretch a lead here, the Hornets, maybe they'd feel like they have to put her back. But if they can hang tight here, I think you don't have to.
Rodimer lets it go into the backcourt, and she'll pick it up and bring it into the front court. Just over 2 minutes to go first half. Ayers, wide open 3, knocks it down. The way the Hornets shoot the basketball is just something else. 10 points for Ayers and a 5-point lead for West Michigan.
You just can't make a mistake defensively. They'll make you pay.
Kick to the corner. Looking. Feed. Through the lane. Floater for Savannah Fuller. No good. Rebound fought for. And it will be a jump ball. Should be with Tyler. And we see a lot of good sportsmanship out here, even though these teams playing extremely hard.
That's one thing I really appreciate about the Hornets the last few years when they had all those hard games with the Firebirds. Off the court, the girls had a lot of love and respect for each other. On the court, it was fierce, though.
Rowe to get it in. Tough pass, but they're able to get it outside to Fuller. Just over a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Fuller drive to the right, puts up the floater off the glass, and she spills onto the floor, and she's fouled. Foul will be on Rodimer. She'll be her first. Fuller will have 2 shots. She misses the first, her first missed free throw of the ball game. She's 2 for 3 from the line, and she's got 13 points for the Heat, 13 of their 19. And second one goes down as well. Or the second one goes down different than the first one. She missed the first one. She's 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Lead is cut to 4 now, 24-20.
Nice Iverson cut there into the dribble handoff.
Foster thought about the shot, swings it over to Ayers, driving against Stubing. Outside Foster. Foster drive to the left, step back Jay, mid-range, no good long. Savannah Fuller pulling down the rebound, and it will be a jump ball.
Not taking it away from her.
It'll be with the Hornets here on the baseline. Rodimer going to come out for the first time in the game.
Ayers, I remember her last year as a three-point shooter. I'm sure she did other things, but this year I've noticed she's getting downhill really good. She made some really impressive passes yesterday.
Out Ayers. Feed to Foster. Step back three on the way, left wing. Backboard, no good. Ball tipped, and they got the offensive rebound. Foster driving hard inside of the basket, and ball's going to be through the hands of Foster. She saves it in. Somehow it gets in here, and that's going to be an offensive foul again, Savannah Fuller. She has drawn 2 charges this game, and they're picture perfect. She's there still and takes it. And he'll be back with the Heat. 48 seconds to play in the first half.
That's just that toughness and grit and determination, willingness to take a little physicality and take the charge.
Here's Fuller. Down to 30 seconds left in the first half. The spin. Kick out to the corner, Tinbrink. Outside, Savannah Fuller. Out to Rowe.
Heat just having to work a lot harder to try to get an open look.
Here's Savannah Fuller down to 10 seconds to the corner. Lexi, her drive to the basket. It's long, no good. Ball's fought for on the ground. Oh, Lexi Fuller, was she able to get it? It's a jump ball, and Tyler Heat should be able to get an opportunity for a final shot with 2.3 seconds to go as the possession arrow goes their direction.
See what they have here for a quick shot.
Rowe to get it in. Into Savannah at the basket. It's blocked.
Nice block there by
And
Quist.
will they get the shot off? They will not. First half comes to a close. The West Michigan Hornets, a nice second quarter for them. They take a 4-point lead. It was 17-8, or it was 14-8 after one in the direction of the Tyler Heat. This quarter here was 16 for the West Michigan Hornets and 6 for the Tyler Heat. We'll be back for second half action. This is homeschool basketball.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back to Springfield. We got the West Michigan Hornets and the Tyler Heat Girls 18U Class 8A Gold Ball game. The Hornets, the number 1 seed. Tyler Heat, the number 3 seed. The first quarter was heavily in the Tyler Heat direction. They won that quarter 14-8. But the West Michigan Hornets dominated the second quarter 16-6 their way. And they lead by 4 as we head into second half action. Putting the ball into play is Caitlin Foster for the Hornets. That ball was nearly stolen on the inbound. Vanderway with it. They're going to get it to Rodimer. Rodimer carried the basketball, and ball will be going to the Heat.
It's a rare mistake there for her. I think she saw something and then couldn't stop herself when it wasn't there.
Lexi Fuller with the basketball up the floor. Fuller on the outside. Man-to-man being shown here by West Michigan. Both teams have run a man most of this ball game. A feed inside, stolen away by Vanderway. Pass was just a little off from Savannah Fuller there. And Rodimer will get it into control for West Michigan.
Good anticipation there.
I was just getting ready to say that it was great anticipation by Vanderway to see that pass coming, step up in the lane, intercept it.
Rodimer on the feed to Foster, left wing. Steps back, takes the 3, and pops out no good. Rebounds fought for and out of bounds as Savannah Fuller touched it last.
Among the many things Rodimer does well is get extra possessions for her team. That was a heady play there to get in, tip that ball off of the Heat.
Into Vanderway. Guarded by Fuller. Quist. Guarded by Arrington, who has 3 fouls. She's back in the ball game to begin the second half. Ayers back outside to Rodimer.
I believe she is one of their better defenders, so I'm sure they're happy to have her back out there.
Just high ball pressure from her and can run the floor really well.
Oh, nice fake there by Ayers.
Ayers floater on the way, no good. Rebound pulled in by Savannah Fuller. And we're going to get, apparently since they were touching the ball from an out-of-bounds position, Rodimer was, they're going to give the ball to the Heat here. 4-point game. Lexi Fuller up the floor. Kick out Arrington. Outside the drive from Savannah Fuller. Corner 3, Lexi Fuller. Not there, front rim. Offensive rebound by Rowe.
That's one of the few open looks they've had recently from 3. Early, they had some really wide open looks.
Outside Fuller.
West
Feed up top.
Michigan really pressuring now.
Turnaround in the post, looking to find something. Kick back outside for Rowe. Rowe lost the ball. She got it back and feeds it out Savannah Fuller. 4-point game. Out to Lexi. Corner 3. Quick catch and shoot. Doesn't go again. And Vanderway. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Oh, wow. They're going to call it on Savannah Fuller, which will be her 3rd, so she's going to have to watch out.
Yeah, being physical is a big part of what they do, and sometimes the way a game is being called can really affect your, your rhythm, so they're going to have to watch that with the fouls.
5:45 to play in the 3rd. 24-20 is the score. A swing. Ayers. Outside Foster. Quist. Drive inside. Floater. Popped out no good. Rebound pulled in by Fuller. 2.5 minutes of the second half. No score yet as Lexi Fuller up the floor. She's driving to her left. Hard drive. Kick outside. Corner 3 on the way. Air ball short. Rebound Vanderway. And the ball went off the foot of the Heat.
That was a really good scramble and rotation by the Hornets there. Ayers stayed back to put a little pressure, which then meant, she wasn't on her assignment back here, but they rotated really, really well to contest that shot, even though they were late in transition. Transition defense is hard, and if you can get pretty good at that, then you have a chance to beat a lot of people. Nice little set there to get Rodimer open.
There's a foul, and that will be on Savannah Fuller, who will pick up her 4th personal foul. Tyler Heat coach just hangs his head, and that is not the girl you want to be out if you're the Tyler Heat.
And that we credit Rodimer there. She kind of drew that. She knew she was overplaying a bit, and she made sure that she got caught there. So
And she's got 4 fouls with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's still 13 minutes of basketball to be played. She sits on the bench now.
And they have y'all may have mentioned it earlier, they have a pretty short bench. They just have 7.
Left wing 3, Rodimer cashes in. And she has 9 points on 3 trays, a 7-point lead for West Michigan. Here's Fuller, outside row. Now Tinbrink on the spin, looking. Out to Lexi Fuller, far right wing.
Yeah, without Savannah in here, I feel like Savannah gets Lexi a lot of her looks from 3. She has really nice quick release, but I feel like Savannah driving is what brings that, gets that open. And so we'll have to see what adjustments they can make to try to get her some open looks.
And a turnover there from Lexi Fuller. Ball is now with the Hornets. Rodimer driving, going back behind her back, hitting the back door. What a pass, but Ayers unable to handle it.
That
going
was
back
a
to
really,
Tyler.
really nice set there by the Hornets with the, kind of dummy screen action at the top and then the back door cut. Rodimer set that up well by going right first and then getting back to her left.
Lexi Fuller up the floor, guarded by Rodimer, driving to her left. Kick outside, corner 3 on the way. It's long, no good.
Nice
from
hot
Arrington.
spot rebound there.
Arrington unable to find her stroke thus far.
What a pass.
7-point game pass off the foot of Lexi Fuller, but that was probably a great play because that would have probably been a wide open layup.
Yeah. Maybert got out quick and Rodimer found her.
Looking to get the ball in is West Michigan. Outside, here's the drive. Kick to the corner. Driving baseline to the cup for the finish. Nice play there by Maybert. She's got 7, and the lead's up to 9 now for West Michigan.
Their shooting just makes it hard for you to not close out hard, and that opens up those drives.
Arrington missing that one off the backboard, and you can tell that her rhythm's just not there as she only played about 2.5 minutes before she sat the whole rest of the first half, and she's trying to find her rhythm as there's a foul inside. And it'll be on Lexi Fuller, her first.
Miedema to the line. She's just a great all-around contributor for the Hornets. But if you're a young point guard watching this, you should watch Rodimer. Watch her eyes as she's coming up the court. She's scanning everything, seeing what's open. The last possession, she missed somebody up the court, and you saw her kind of acknowledge it with the look on her face. When she's throwing the ball inbound, she's checking down all the options and moving the defense. She's just a really, really solid point guard.
Miedema no good. Rebounds fought for. It's a 10-point game. She split her free throws. And Tyler Heat with it. They're down by 10. The largest lead of the ball game overall is now with the Hornets. Lexi Fuller feeding Arrington. Nice hard drive to the cup. She missed the layup. And those are tough things for the Heat to deal with there as Arrington just struggling to find the bucket.
That was the best look they've had in a while. Yeah.
And Heat going to throw the ball in on the baseline. 3:02 to play in this third quarter. Get it in to Fuller. Quick catch and shoot. Knocks it down.
She has a beautiful release.
17 for her. And so now up the floor. She's hit 4 3-pointers. 7-point game. Rodimer guarded by Fuller. Coming around, finding the open 3. That one doesn't go. So she does miss a shot every now and then.
It's a rare occurrence.
Lexi Fuller drive in deep. That ball's going to be broken up by Rodimer. Quist unable to quite get to it. It's out of bounds. Heat basketball.
She is just nonstop. Always hands on defense. She'll make an incredible pass or a shot, or she'll miss a shot on offense and then run back, and her mind's on playing defense and being intense. She's just a nonstop motor. Very fun to watch.
Full timeout going to be called by the Tyler Heat. They have 2 timeouts remaining in this ball game. They trail by 7. They'll have the ball on the sideline. There's still opportunity. There's still life for the Heat, but they're going to have to get on it right now.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. And they've shown the ability to shoot the 3, which will help get them closer quicker. And they've shown the ability from the start of the game to really enforce their will defensively and create some havoc for the Hornets. If they can find a way to get back to that and return to their physicality, I think that might be the recipe that could help them. Although, like we've mentioned, the foul trouble is becoming an issue.
Yeah, it seems they really haven't been able to have the five that they play with the most in there together, because Arrington with the quick foul, she was out, and shortly after she came back, Savannah Fuller picked up her third and fourth, and so she's been out for some time now. So they were able to maintain that they had a lead, but they were able to keep the game in striking distance in the first with their foul trouble, but got to see if they're able to do this and keep it close, because you have to believe they're going to not want to bring Fuller back until the fourth.
Heat ball on the sideline. 30-23 is the score, a lead for West Michigan. Arrington looking to get it in. She's trying to get it into Lexi Fuller. She does over the top. Fuller, jab step up top with it. She'll take that three. They gave it to her. It's a short shot there, and Ayers with the rebound. 2:20 to go in the third. Ayers the drive. Outside Rodimer. Up top three. No good. Rebound fought for. It's on the floor. And Hornets are going to get the timeout. That's an interesting call there. It seemed like she was moving those feet around pretty good, but they're going to give them the timeout.
Yeah,
I was 30-second.
I was wondering if a travel might be called there. That's kind of what I was expecting on the whistle, but she did have Medema had the ball, moving it around, keeping it from the defender, so there's no question about it being a jump ball.
The referee was blocking her feet, so I'll just defer to y'all on that. But we've got the drummers out in force this morning. I don't know if y'all can hear those in the background.
Yeah, Tyler Heat definitely bringing some fanfare here, trying to support their girls as they try to slay the Giant and the West Michigan Hornets. Proven to be very tough team to keep down as they took a 9-point lead early, but West Michigan has outscored them by 16 points ever since. Rodimer to get the ball in. Does to Ayers. He'll drive hard to the basket right side. Her shot's good in the lane. Aubrey Ayers with 12 points now, lead up to 9.
And she's got such a great shot, just coming off of movement or her own dribble, and the way she gets up in the air and still just has a smooth shot. It looks like a jump shot no matter how her body was moving to get the open look.
Fuller takes a hit as she goes to the basket. I wasn't able to see who that foul was on, but it'd be Lexi Fuller to the free throw line with 2 shots. She's 3 for 4 thus far this game. She's got 17 points.
Was that maybe on Ayers? I'm not sure, but
I do believe it was, just based on the way everybody's looking about it. That would be her third. His first free throw goes down for Fuller.
I do believe the Hornets have a little bit better ability to play through foul trouble. They have a few more people on the bench, and they rotate in and out quite a bit. They certainly would want to play long without her, so she'll have to keep an eye on that.
Fuller misses the second. Rebound pulled in here for the Hornets. Foster. 8-point game, 1:45 to go in the third quarter.
Hornets using this Iverson cut a lot.
Pass deflected by Fuller. Drive inside Rodimer. Right hand, no good. Vanderway offensive board. Fuller able to dislodge it out of bounds. Will stay with the Hornets.
Great job there by Vanderway to get inside position in the hot spot when, 90% of rebounds go to the opposite side. So that was really good positioning for her.
Out to the corner. Step back. Looking, moving it, Hornets. Rodimer with it. Now up top, driving to the left. Corner three will be on the way. That one's well off. Vanderway gets the rebound over the top and puts it back in.
Another hot spot rebound we just talked about. If you're a big, you can almost average 10 points a game if you will just get yourself to that hot spot when your guards or when anyone's taking a shot. So that's it. Those are the little things that add up to make a championship team.
Heat coach wanted the over the back on the play.
I feel like she just kind of reached over and she was just a little bit taller.
And Rodimer dealing with the pressure from Rowe. Trying to get it out of there. Pass. Oh, good pressure from Carly Rowe. The ball will be back with the Heat. It's a 10-point game with 46 seconds to play in the third. Arrington looking to get the ball in. Does outside. It's broken up and stolen. Down the floor to Ayers. Clear runway. She traveled.
Yeah.
She traveled. Good job by Tinbrink as she got down that spine of the floor.
Really, if that pass had been just a little bit further, I think she would have had an uncontested layup there. She had to kind of turn around to get it.
10-point lead for West Michigan. Tyler wants to find something. Under 30 seconds to play in the third. Fuller, crossover, moving to her left now. Inside, kick out. Tinbrink with it. Under 20 seconds. Gonna feed it to Fuller, and she'll drive. Move inside, kick out, and there is a foul.
Coach Rodimer a little disappointed in that call. It's so hard to referee a game like this because it's so physical. You don't want to foul everybody out, so you have to decide what does and doesn't constitute a foul.
Under 11 seconds to play in the third. Feed to Tinbrink. It's stolen by Rodimer. Rodimer down the floor. It's a 3-on-1 as Fuller trying to get back behind the back pass. Showtime for the Hornets as Ayers finishes. And it's a 12-point lead for West Michigan heading into the fourth quarter. And that quarter heavy in the direction of West Michigan, 12-4. They've dominated ever since they've taken the 9-point deficit.
Yeah, you have to think the Heat are gonna need to come back. They'll probably come back with their starting lineup and try to chip away at this. We've seen the Hornets come back from a deficit, so they've got to come out and have a really, really good start to a quarter. How you start and finish quarters is really important when you're trying to work your way towards a championship, and the Hornets just finished that one written in style. I want to shout out the Heat. You're talking about they have a strong contingent of fans. I'm assuming this is a Heat dad across from us who's dyed his beard to match the Heat colors, so that's commitment. I've been seeing him around since regionals in the Big South. Oh, it's a coach. Coach. He is committed to the process of being a Heat fan. So it's been that way. Maybe he did it for regionals and then undid it. I don't know. Or he's kept it there.
How fast does the beard grow? You have to keep re-dyeing the roots. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
I will say this, too. Tyler Heat, you always know a Tyler Heat fan with that Heat hat.
Yes.
That's the signature. You know that's Tyler.
Yeah. The hat you can take off, though. The beard is a little bit more commitment.
The beard's going for it. Hey, maybe he's just Irish. Who knows? Or maybe a little of both. I don't know. 12-point game.
It's got some fans enjoying themselves behind us.
Maybert looking to get it in. Up top, Ayers.
Oh, that was a little misdirection there. It looked like they were going to try to go to Maybert in the corner, and then Rodimer came back around here.
Ball broken up out of bounds. I have a sneaky suspicion Lexi Fuller plays herself some soccer. Because she just flipped it up with her foot up to her hand real good, and then she also broke up a fast break with her foot, just controlling it. Nice control touch in there. Nice move, nice play. Vanderway missing at the cup, and it will go to the Tyler Heat now. So we're beginning the fourth quarter. Heat going to have to make a big run here.
Coach Rodimer mentioned that she's just really coming to her own this year, and you can see it. Last year, she didn't have the same level of footwork and ability to catch, and she was a good defender, but this year she's become more of an offensive threat and all-around player. West Michigan developing their players very well.
That's going to be a steal. West Michigan on the move. Hornets with it. Step back, kick outside. Rodimer, left wing three. No good. Ball's tipped and gotten by Savannah Fuller. 7 minutes to play. Feeding Lexi. Deep three. Short.
That was a very deep three.
And she's got pretty good range, but that one was real deep. But listen, if you would have put it in, you'd have cut it to 9. Ball with the Hornets. Up by 12. You probably want to use some time and then get a bucket. Out to Rodimer. Screen from Ayers. Outside, back to Ayers. Guarded by Fuller.
Vandaway really getting good position inside there.
Rodimer around the screen. Driving baseline, spin, Ayers, left wing 3, air ball. Ball's tipped, and now it's Arrington out in front. She's fast.
Oh, look at Maybert.
But what? They are going to catch up there. That's the miss. The rebound is loose, and it's with the Hornets. What hustle from West Michigan.
Ayers was in front, but Maybert just sprinted in front of us all the way down the court. That was an impressive effort in transition defense.
Here's the drive from Maybert. It's going to be off her leg, out of bounds. Good defense from the Heat.
You know, the Heat are continuing to play really good defense and create a couple of turnovers, but my question is I'm not sure where the offense is going to come from for them to make the comeback. They can make some stops, but can they make the scores they need to make it up?
Fuller to the basket, changing her shot, and Hornets able to get the stop there. They've got the ball, 12-point game. Heat definitely kind of in desperation mode right now, trying to force buckets, but they're down by 12 with 5.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just so hard for them to get an open look, so that's why you get the really long 3, and that's why you get that drive. And then, of course, you get a few stops and you don't score, and then they do that to you. They hit a 3.
Rodimer with a 3, her 4th tray. She's got 12 points. She's had a 3-pointer in each of the 4 quarters. Very balanced game for her, and a 15-point lead for the Hornets. They're beginning to put the Heat away. Nice fake and row floater, no good. And now the Heat just struggling to find the bucket.
Yeah, Lexi Fuller, the only
What a pass.
Heat player in double-digit scoring today.
Yeah, Rodimer encouraging Ayers. That was a good pass. It was just a little bit strong, kind of went off the hands of Vandaway there. But she's doing a great job running the floor, which is what you like for your big. She's playing defense. She's running the floor, making nice moves, getting hot spot rebounds. A lot of little things. A lot of little things they do well.
And one thing for the Heat is that this game really went out of hand once they took Savannah Fuller out with the foul trouble. It was about a 6-point game when she came out, and it went out to 12. You wonder, as Arrington misses the 3, you wonder if the Heat coach got the chance again, if he'd take that decision back. Because sometimes, but listen, in that spot, there's never a right answer until it just turns out how it is in the game.
You know, I feel like the West Michigan Hornets, it just took them a little while to get in their rhythm, maybe because of the physicality. I think this is more about what they are doing well. They just have a lot of ways to beat you. The 3-point shooting is impressive from Ayers and Rodimer, and lots of other people are hit threes and are good shooters. But they just do a lot. They backdoor cut, you know, just when you think they run the Iverson and then they hit somebody. They run an inbounds play to get an easy look. So when teams do one thing well, it's easy to stop. When they do a lot of things well, it's really, really difficult.
Outside Fuller. Fuller will drive hard to the basket.
Oh, nice interior pass.
And a foul at the basket. That foul will be on Maybert. She'll be her first to the free throw line now. Is Izzy Stubing. She has not scored yet this ball game. Heat trail by 15. There's over 4 minutes to go in the game.
I think we also, you know, we talked about a little while ago, early in the game, Tyler had a lot of open looks. I think West Michigan made some adjustments to their defense, so they've just made it a lot more difficult to get an open look.
Rodimer, Foster, back Rodimer, and swinging up top to Ayers. Getting the screen. Rodimer, step back tray. Popped out, no good. Maybert tried to get the offensive board. It's out of bounds. Back to Tyler.
And I think, I said this yesterday in the game that FBCHA played against West Michigan. This is a really good Tyler team. They've beaten some people to get here, and there's a reason that they are here. They are very good. They have some really, really good players. It's just West Michigan is they're the number 1 seed for a reason.
Here's a drive, hard drive there, trying to feed it inside. It's broken up, and that'll be out of bounds. Off West Michigan will stay with Tyler here. 3:41 to go in the game.
And she's still diving on the floor for loose balls.
She's probably one of those kids that if you want her to take a little bit off, you're going to have to put her on the bench if you want to rest her.
At the basket, Savannah Fuller unable to get it to go. And back with it are the Hornets. You can tell the Hornets have that championship culture,
Yes.
and they've been very close to a championship years in a row, and they want to get it done this year. As Rodimer missing the 3, ball's loose, picked up by Savannah Fuller up the sideline. Driving up floor, she'll stop, she's looking.
Yeah, we mentioned when they were down, they never looked concerned. They just kept doing what they do and, trusting the process, and it has led to them having a comfortable lead here in the last few minutes.
Tyler, he used the full timeout, second to last timeout available in the ball game. 39-24 West Michigan. It appears they will earn that Class 8A gold ball and move to the Final Four of homeschool girls basketball. And they're back in it again. Back in the final stretch of the season. And very impressive for West Michigan. And Amy, I want to ask you, from your point of view, who are the other major contenders here in girls 18U that could be a threat to West Michigan?
We have a lot of good teams this year. I think we talked about, on the seeding show, they talked about it's kind of a wide open field. We have a gold ball game coming up between 2 powerhouses in the Big South between the Chisholm Knights, I think it is.
Yeah,
Knights. Chisholm Knights and HSAA.
Right.
That is they've split during the season. Either one of them could come out of that. We have another good gold ball game. I'm a little biased in that one. My team, the CHSA Wolverines, we've beaten both HSAA and Chisholm, and they've beaten us. So we're hoping to advance to a Final Four and get a chance to play one of them. We're playing the Chap team, which is really, really good this afternoon. And then we have the Flame. We had them yesterday, and they're a solid team. So I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, whoever the other one is coming out of the whoever's playing the Flame. But it's kind of anybody's ball game, and it's such a good contrast of styles. The Flame and the Hornets hitting lots of threes. HSAA shoots lots of threes, but they've got some size. Chisholm has Avery Meir, who's a Sullivan Award winner, D1 commit, who's just tough to handle inside and out. So I'm excited for a great last few days of nationals.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. 39-24. Foster pump fake drive to the left. Heat trying to pull all the stops to make something happen, but they haven't been able to score the ball. They haven't scored here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Flame are playing Thesa. I remember, and they're another very solid team. They're, a top contender. They just keep running up against HSAA in the Big South. So we've got a lot of quality teams out of the Big South and a couple from Michigan. So
Foster the drive, hook shot, no good. Tinbrink trying to get the rebound. It's going to be a foul. That foul's on Caitlin Foster, which, according to my tally, that's her 4th. So over 2 minutes to go in the game, 15-point advantage for the Hornets.
this is the time of the year where Nationals just gets to be even more fun. You've got great matchups, great shooting right there on cue. You love the fight here. Again, this is a really, really, really good Tyler team, and they'll not advance to the Final Four, but they'll keep playing to see who's going to win the overall silver ball.
Great defense there by Fuller as Rodimer with the off arm.
Then she immediately runs over to help her up. She knew that was foul.
They're going to take Rodimer out.
I said that's the only way to get her to rest. Yeah.
Timeout will be called.
For West Michigan, I don't know if y'all did any of their games over the last couple of years or you've watched them. They've been good for several years, but I feel like the players outside of Rodimer and Ayers have really taken a step up this year. They've developed, they know their role, they know where to be, and they're making all of those plays that make a difference from being close, being a Final Four or a championship game team to being a championship winning team. So they're the favorite for a reason. I'm really excited to watch them for these next couple of games. That's anybody's ball game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, one of the things that impresses me about watching the Hornets team is they run so many great different offensive sets. They're, like we've talked about, the great coach team, and there's so many different variations off the motions or the sets they run. And every player seems to know where every other player is supposed to be, which allows them to be really patient on offense, kind of wait for things to develop and get the ball where it needs to be.
It really helps them to rebound well. When you run good sets like that, you know where your shots are coming from. So I mentioned Vandeweghe getting to the hot spot. And like I said, Tyler, also a good team. They do what they do well. It's just that West Michigan hasn't let them do that as much as they would like today.
It's over a minute and a half to go. Tyler Heat going to be fouled in the interior there. That foul will be on Maybert, her second. And it will be at the free throw line, Izzy Stubing, who will shoot the two shots.
I think Coach Rodimer probably would prefer they don't send them to the line right now. You don't want to give them points without the clock moving.
Stubing will miss the first. He's got another one.
Thisa's actually right in front of us getting ready to play. I should have seen them over there. They're a really, really solid, really well-coached team. Their boys advancing last night to the gold ball game. Coach Day, who coaches the boys, has a couple of daughters on the Thisa team. Really, really solid team.
And we're going to see the Hornets with the ball on the sideline there, leading by 11.
And there is still time. I don't want to make it sound like there's not. If we can get a couple stops here and Fuller can knock down a couple of threes, see if they can make it interesting.
Ayers, ball nearly stolen by Fuller. Fuller is going hard, and Ayers, she's on the ground, and she just.
That was just
looks
a
like she's
hustle
hurt.
play, yeah.
Yeah, Fuller dived over her for that loose ball, and
probably
where the contact came from.
Yeah, certainly not intentional, but I think she – actually, I'm really not sure exactly what she hit, maybe her head or her neck. And the trainer's coming over. The Heat going to take a knee and pray. We certainly hope that she's okay and able to get up and continue this game. Heat just trying to make a play there.
She appears that she's all right. It's good to see.
That is very good to see. She actually dove right over her. She must have clipped her on the.
Yeah, it could have been a knee or a shoe clipping her as she slid on by.
They get the ball in to Foster. Gets a screen from Maybert. Back up top, just over a minute to go. Outside Rodimer.
I didn't notice that they put Rodimer back in the game. Probably smart to control this possession here.
Rodimer back on the outside. Under a minute to go in the ball game. And a foul. And that's on Savannah Fuller, and that'll be her fifth.
This is something we talked about last night, which one of the challenges of having a short roster, they need to foul probably to get the ball back here, but they don't have a lot of fouls to give.
Get the ball into Quist. 11-point game, 50 seconds left. And a foul by Harrington. 48 seconds to go. Free throw pops out, no good.
Definitely want to stay tuned in for this next game between the Flame and the Lisa Riders, where you're going to have a lot of good three-point shooting, just like in this game.
Ball is deflected out of bounds off the Heat. They'll be back with West Michigan, 45 seconds to play.
Rodimer telling everybody to go, where to go, making sure they're in place.
Into Vanderway. Out Foster.
Nice back screen.
Nice find, Vanderway. Kick outside. Corner three is good.
Man,
they say it was a 2. That'd be 41-28.
They just get themselves really good looks with all of that motion like you were talking about. It's very impressive.
Three-pointer from Moreau is an air ball. There you go.
Clock is running
there
here.
You got the clock running.
Definitely should not be, yeah.
There's a 13-point
Now it's
game.
not going.
There'll be a foul.
But should mention, I'm sure that's not intentional. We have parents who run the clock at these events, and they get caught up in the game sometimes.
I think the game that I felt most bad for the guy doing the clock was the MHEA Firebirds boys game yesterday. And it was like every half second counted, and they went back and changed it each time.
Yeah.
It was just – you're talking about a dynasty coming to an end that game. You can't be messing it up then.
I had a 14U game I watched yesterday where team came back from 17 down, scored, took the lead, and the clock didn't start in time. So they had a long conversation. They ended up putting time back on the clock. It was 5 seconds. Other team went down 1. So it was a heartbreaker for those kids. But yeah.
So, folks, that wraps up our ball game. The West Michigan Hornets back to the Final Four. Girls 18U, they win over the Tyler Heat 41-28. We appreciate you joining us so long. I'm Charles Williams, right here with me, Josh Jenkins and Amy Curtis. And we got more games coming right at you.